From Carolla One Studios in Glendale, California, this is The Adam Carolla Show. Adam's guest today, Sam Tripoli. Plus the news with ELISHA KRAUSS. And now, Sam can use the tinfoil from his hat for Thanksgiving leftovers. Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. The truth of the enemy, man, nature. Get it on. Sam Tripoli in the studio. Good to see you, my friend.
Always a pleasure, brother. Thanks for having me.
Now, it's funny. You came in with a theme, and the theme was not so young anymore.
Yeah.
Feeling a little old, feeling my age, feeling a little beaten up. Can't do the stuff I used to do. And I had a long conversation with Dr. Drew about this on the phone on the ride in, and then I just got done doing shit I'm too old to do, and now I'm beat up.
Yeah.
So here we are.
I got a rowing machine, and everyone's like, rowing's great. So I did 10 minutes, and I'm like, I didn't feel anything. Then I did 20 minutes. I'm like, that's not that bad. So then the next night, I'm like, I'm going to try 30. And, dude, I'm wrecked right now. Back's jacked, legs burning. I'm just walking wounded.
Now, it's so funny what your body's used to and what it's not used to, because I do row, and I'm fine with it. But the other shit I try to do, that's when I feel it. And so it was an interesting philosophical conversation I was having with Dr. Drew. I hopped on a dirt bike, which is something I hadn't done in, it's weird, too, when you get old, you go, man, I haven't been on a dirt bike in 25 years. And then you go, wait a minute, not 25 years. I was, 22 when I jumped on a dirt bike. Like it was a while ago. And I went out trail riding, and I was fine. I hadn't been on a bike physically. And because I'm me, I just go, fuck this. I just jumped on it and took off. And then at some point, we had to go down a steep ravine into a river, and I just dumped it. I just dumped it right in the river.
Oh, my God.
Well, we need the photograph, Andrew, because this is me pulling it out of the river. But I just dumped it in a creek, and it was all silty and muddy, and it just grabbed the front tire. And the thing that fucked me up is I was at a guy's house in Texas, and John Clay Wolf, and he goes, I'm just sitting in the back, like there's like a barbecue. And he goes, come on, let's go for a ride. And I go, oh, okay. And I just walk over there. And he jumps on a quad, and I jump on a two-wheeler, and he's like, come on. And I'm like, all right. I haven't been on a bike in 30 years, And we go on this trail ride, and it's fine. It's a little hairy, or whatever. It's good. On the way back, we go a different way, and that has a river in it. We didn't do the river on the way out. We're just doing the trail, and now we're heading back in, and all of a sudden, I come around a corner, and there's a river. And I just go, oh, fuck it. I just plow through. The front wheel hits the silt, sticks in the mud. I go down.
Did you go up and over?
No, I just went into a body of water in Texas. I was completely swamped. The front wheel was completely stuck. I jammed my elbow into the rocks. I put my thigh into the rock. It sucked. And then I got back. I was covered with mud. There's dirt in my mouth. There's dirt in my pockets. My glasses fell out of my pockets. It was a whole shit show. Got back. It's one of those, probably, here's an interesting measurement. How many times have you taken a shower while fully dressed?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because that means you've lived a rough life.
Yes.
Because, at a certain point, I'm taking a shower outside of the guy's house, but I don't want to take my sweat jacket off. It's got the most mud on it. Right. I'm covered with shit.
Yeah.
So I just go take an outdoor shower. Then
you want a shower and laundromat at the same time.
Then go jump into his pool. And I got to do a show that night. But anyway, I just realized I hopped on that bike like I just got done riding last weekend or something. And I haven't been on a dirt bike in it's been over 30 years. And I just jumped on it. It's like, let's do it. And bikes are pretty fast now.
Yeah, dude. I've dumped every time I've ever gotten on one. One time when like birds were big, they had like a bird that you could, those little like things you ride on the
the
sidewalk.
scooters, yeah.
They had it where you could sit down. So I'm like, okay, I'll get one of these. Kids are all doing it. I'll do it. I had about an hour in between shows. So I'm like, okay, I'll take this. I'll go get this. There's a Mediterranean restaurant I like down the street. So I'm driving it, right? And I kind of get out of the way of this woman is walking in between the road, like sidewalks road. So I swerve to miss her, and then I come back, and I notice I'm so far out, I'm going to hit the curb. So I hit the brakes, and I go,
right
boom,
over the top.
over, right on my face. And it's like, it's sunset traffic. Nobody stops. Nobody stops to see if I'm okay. This black guy comes up to me with napkin. He's like, damn. Damn. And he just hands me napkins and walks off. That was all the medical assistance I got.
So here's
napkins.
So here's the question then. Is like I said, I just went out trail riding and then jacked myself up and then had to go do the show that night.
Oh, the worst.
Oh, the worst. I mean, I got that.
Oh
going
my
for me.
God,
I'm showing
dude.
the elbow. I got the hematoma.
Oh, dude.
I got the thigh hematoma.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, I know. I was fucked up. But the show must go on. And, it was kind of like, I was kind of used to it because back in the day, that was every weekend for me, But it was fine. But then what happened is this guy who I co-owned this Newman car with, he said, the next morning I got the track rented out and we're going to go take this Newman car out on the track, this race car. And the thing about race cars, especially Paul Newman race cars, Paul was a little guy. The seats are little. You got to bend yourself into a pretzel to get in. And I'm not really saying anything in front of his guys, but I'd had this motorcycle accident 14 hours earlier, and I was hurting like the next day. And they're like, "Come on, get in the car. We got the track for an hour." And I'm like, God damn, like my hip's bad, my elbow hurts, and I'm trying to fold myself to get inside this miniature car with the roll cage, and I'm trying to put my elbow on the roll cage to push myself in stuff, but I'm so fucked up. But I can't tell them I'm no good to drive because they rented the track and brought the car.
Oh my God.
From 100 miles away.
You're like James Bond, dude. You're doing motorcycles, race cars. You're banged up, dude. Oh my God.
There's nothing more painful than waking up the next morning after a motorcycle ding and trying to stuff yourself into a miniature race car with roll bars everywhere. Like, I've never been in it before either, so I don't know if I put my feet in for it. But I just climb along and I'm like, my elbow. Oh.
But even if you weren't banged up, that seems like you're trying to get into a clown car at that point. It's like really small.
Paul's was a little guy, and all race cars have roll cages, and there's not like a swinging door on the roll cage.
Right.
You crawl into a cage. Now, eventually, you learn the car, and when you learn the car, then you kind of learn, I'll get in foot first, or I'll get in head first, or I'll put my helmet on after I get out.
You're a big dude, man. You're pretty tall.
It was goddamn comfortable. But anyway.
It looks like you're getting in a car you bought your kids.
It was a Paul Newman 308 Ferrari. Very rare. Car. Took it for some hot laps. Blah, blah, blah. But by the end of the day, they were like, you want to get in the Lamborghini? I was like, you got any Tylenol? They're like, what? So anyway, I'm talking to Dr. Drew. So here's my question for you, because I think this is going to resonate with you. Dr. Drew was lamenting that he can't do the shit he used to do, and that he really wants to do the shit he did when he was young, but he cannot do it anymore. Like, it hurts. And I'm like, well, this is good timing because I was just on a motorcycle and I just dumped it, and that would fall under the heading of shit I can't really do anymore. Right. So I said to him, I go, I said this to Drew, but he never really listened. But this time it made sense. I said, he said, it's such a bummer not being able to do the stuff I used to do. And I said, my dad never did anything. So getting old for him was no big deal.
Yeah.
And so I said, when my dad was 80, he was sitting on a sofa with a trumpet next to him reading a book. And I can picture him at age 38 sitting on a sofa with a book and his trumpet. And when your hobbies are reading and walking, then there is no depreciation between 40 and 80.
Yeah.
My dad was 80. What was he? If you got to hold my dad when he's 80 and say, what are you up to today, Jim? He'd be like, going for a walk. I'm going to go home and read. Got my trumpet. That's it. But there's no snowboarding, and there's no fucking and fighting, and there's no motorcycle riding, and there's no whatever it is you're not going to be able to do anymore. He never did it. So there isn't a depreciation, and it's kind of weird. It wasn't even like, oh, man, back in the day, man, I could go all night. Now, a couple of beers, and I feel it the next day. He didn't drink. He didn't fuck. He didn't fight. He didn't eat meat. He didn't eat steak. Like, his life at 80 was the same as it was at 40.
Simple.
Right. I'm saying the truth. It was like, my shit was boxing and building contractor shit. I can fuck around, but I can't get up on the roof and crawl around and walk that ridge rafter all the way across, one foot after the other. I can't lift the I-beams and shit. Like, I can't do that. All that shit I can't do. I cannot go spar at the gym and stuff like that. But my dad was smart in that he planned it out. That his whole thing was sitting and reading.
Yeah, low expectations.
His life did not drop off at all at age, like literally at 85 to 35.
He's doing the exact same thing, living his best life. You're a great example about how, like, I always say this, whatever the parent is, the kid zigs. It zigs and zags. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to cut you off, but I do often think about that with lefties.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is your fucking daughter and son not rebelling against your shit? Why are they further down the road than you? You know what I mean? Like, like Tim Walz and those guys like that. They're fucking kids, Kamala Harris's stepkids and all. I mean, maybe it's all just money.
Maybe it's not universal, but
no, it isn't. But it's so. It seems like when you're on the right, your dad, mom, God-fearing, gun-toting, Trump-voting Christians, and then you go get the aggressive tattoos and the piercings, and you go hard, and then you're transitioning. You always talk to these guys like, oh, fucking son's transitioning, goddamn it. You know what I mean? But why are there no prominent kids of lefty Democrat politicians who went hard toward God, guts, and guns?
No, maybe
like George Soros's kid
is right in business.
Now that's all money, I guess. I mean,
politics seems to be a little different in terms of when you're in Washington, D.C. or in a powerful position. The kids realize that there's opportunity for them to
get into family business.
Yeah, it's a family business. Here's the thing I've noticed. When I meet a young guy, I go, how old are you? And they'll be like, I'm 27. I'm like, you got 8 more years. 35 is when rigor mortis starts setting in. Right. And for the rest of your life, you're fighting it off. Right. So you're not stiff corpse every day. Right. So after 35, things start to change. Like, I'm trying to do jujitsu. I go to this great school, 10th Planet Van Nuys. I'm the oldest guy there by decades, dude, and I just get murked. It's a great school. You gotta learn how to get. I'm getting murked by Mexicans, but it's a young man's game, dude. You want to do it. Your body says go. Like, I'll be in positions. I'll be like, oh, go there. My body's like, what? And it's like the position's like.
But so here's what I'm saying. If my dad was at this guy in Texas's barbecue, then he would have just drawn himself a glass of tap water and sat down. And if John Clay Wolf said, you want to hop on the trail bike, he would have went, no, I've never been on a trail bike. I don't even know what the fucking trail bike is. I'm going to sit here and drink this tap water. And he would never gone on it. For me, it was like the stuff. I will hop on a unicycle and try something stupid right now because I can ride a unicycle, but I can't ride a unicycle
like I used. You can ride a unicycle?
Yes,
wow,
like I used to.
What can't this guy do?
Come on, Dancing with the Stars, Andrew.
This guy can ride a unicycle? That is insane, dude.
Well, let me tell you, I'll tell you the thing. If you have innate balance, an innate balance is innate balance. So it's like, can't do voices, can't do dialects, can't do accents, can't roll my tongue weird and stuff. There's stuff I can't, but I have balance. And when you have balance, you just do shit. You just hop on stuff. And so what balance is interesting. Balance makes you good at stuff fast, but you don't even really get that much better. Like balance, it makes you
got it or you don't.
You understand things and you jump on things and you do things. And it's yes.
Dude, you did a unicycle on Dancing with the Stars.
And they outlawed props after my unicycle on Dancing with the Stars. Yes, I'll play for it.
That's insane.
Dancing the Pasadena. Adam Carolla and his partner Julianne Hough.
Bro, that is so cool you did this show. I want to vote right now. That is such fire, bro. That is such fire.
Watch the dismount.
Whoa!
All right, we got it.
Man, that was fun. Dude, I am so impressed.
Wow, I didn't know you were that easily impressed.
Unicycle, that is amazing.
Well, that's why I thought I could hop right on that motorcycle after 35 years and just take off.
Yeah.
And wearing shorts. And here we go. But the thing that's interesting is, so Drew has not regrets, but he's missing things. He's missing. He probably wants to go skiing, but he feels like, that's tough.
He works out a lot. He probably can't do the reps that he used to do for the amount that he used to do.
Yeah, well, he said to me, things are being taken away from him. So you're at a certain age, you're 20, and it's all there. You can fucking go all night,
do whatever you
get
want.
up, 3 hours sleep, whatever. You can do all of it all night, and it's all there. And then at a certain point, stuff gets taken off the table. You know what I mean? Like, you thought you could be a professional kickboxer. You're 37. Okay, we'll take that one away. They never take away country music or comedy. For some reason, I know guys in their 60s still think they can do it. But they start pulling stuff, porn star. Okay, that's gone. All right, so you're probably not going to be a cop. You can't be a rookie at 37, with this. And they start, but there's still stuff on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your options, doors start closing.
Right, and so they're taking stuff off. But my dad, my mom never had anything on the tray. So it never felt like a loss. Like if your thing is, I like to travel, then you can always travel. There's that's always, like if your passion is riding rodeo, then there's going to be an issue. But if your passion is seeing the world, then you see the world. So you have to kind of think about this stuff that's going to be taken away.
Yeah, it's very interesting. You see that too with like young people, especially like young girls. Like when you're like 18 to like 32, the world is yours. And then, there's that thing called the wall. And women start panicking about the wall, which I think is a great example because women always like, it's a man's world, man. But I'm like, well, dude, the wall lets you show who really has privilege, right? And I'm watching all these like famous women, these wives of all these famous people, like just throw their husbands under the bus, talking about what kind of whores they used to be. And it's like just kind of trying to remember back the glory days because it starts to fade. And you always see women like, I don't want kids. I don't want to have these kids. I'm like, I'm just going to tell you, the phone stops ringing at some point. The phone stops ringing. The invites stop coming. Not that people don't like you. It's just people's worlds get smaller. But you see that, like, you can study like the journey of women. Like when they're really young, they're just like crazy and wild. Then they hit about 25 and they get a little bit more conservative. And then they hit their 30s and they become feminist. And then they get like into their late 30s, early 40s, and they become like softcore porn stars where like every picture they put on Instagram is like, why are you showing us that?
Yeah.
Trying to trying to show they still have a sexual marketplace, right? And it's not that you're not hot. It's just like 20-year-olds are on their prime, dude. It's the same thing with like Blake Griffin. Like if Blake Griffin came in here right now, he would school both of us in basketball. But he's not the Blake Griffin he was when he got into the league at 20 years old. It's just, again, they start taking things away from you. At some point, you have to realize that.
Yeah, it's almost like they may be a better bouquet, but we're always into the fresh cut flowers.
Yeah, 100%.
And even if that one who works as a server at Outback Steakhouse, she's fresh cut flowers. And you may, in your prime, have been an amazing bouquet, but you're still been around. You've been in the vase for a while. Aura, you ever want to relive your favorite holiday moments every single day? Well, that's what Aura Frames does. It'll do for you. It does it for me. They keep those memories alive. They'll put them right in front of you. Favorite holiday traditions. I got mine out front here, and I just have all my favorite guests on rotation. And every time I walk in and I just see me, oh, look at me and Kevin Costner. I feel good about myself. And by the way, you can preload photos before it even ships. So the gift is ready to go right out of the box when you get it for a loved one. Moms will love this stuff. Unlimited free photos and videos streamed straight from your phone with the Aura app. No hassle, no limits. The frame even personalizes with messages and shares pictures effortlessly all year long. And there's a bonus. Every Aura frame comes in a premium gift box with no price tag. Perfect for the holidays. I use Aura. Keeps my family connected. And like I said, it's nice. I put it up here. There's always somebody I love up on it. It just keeps scrolling. It's priceless. It's Aura, right, Dawson?
For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code Carolla at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code Carolla. The exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is one of their best of the year, so order now before it ends. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
Bubs Naturals. Well, getting older. Yeah. I was just talking about it on the show, man. It hit me hard, man. Joints a little bit stiff, tough getting out of bed in the morning sometimes, you know, little longer recoveries from the gym, hair thinning out, nails breaking. You don't like it. You miss that little glow on your skin. That's because collagen and the production of collagen takes a nosedive starting in your mid-20s. So, welcome to reality. That's where Bubs Natural Collagen Peptides step in. And it works for me. I use this stuff every morning. Since taking Bubs, feeling better, feeling younger again, if I don't fall off a motorcycle. Joints feel stronger, hair's thicker, nails sturdier, skin a little smoother. Bubs, it's right here. It's good stuff. Make it a part of your daily routine. Yeah, it's the glue that's holding everything together. So, what sets Bubs apart? Well, no junk, zero sugars, sweeteners, none, no fillers, just the good stuff. Right, Dawson?
Live better longer. For a limited time only, our listeners are getting 20% off at Bubs Naturals by using code Adam at checkout. Just head to bubsnaturals.com and use code Adam, and you're all set. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you.
I was in Miami and I went to a Dunkin' Donuts and I saw the cashier and I was ready to leave everyone I ever loved.
Right, that's the point.
Like,
all right.
I will leave everyone I care about. You're so hot. Like, that's very powerful, dude. And just nothing lasts forever, man.
Yeah. Also, it's a weird thing when hot chicks work pedestrian jobs because we always go, you don't need to do this.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that. Yeah. I was good looking when I was 22, but no one came up to me on a construction site. Went, you don't, give me that shovel. You don't need to do this.
Yeah, for sure. When you see a hot chick at a bus stop, I'm like, you're just stubborn. You're just being stubborn. Mm-hmm. You don't need to do that, dude.
Yeah.
There's some rich guy out there willing to take all your problems away. You're just being stubborn. That's all it is. Good for you, but you just don't have to do it.
Well, it is interesting that women are sort of running that sexuality thing into their 50s and 60s now. And it used to be that a woman sort of with some dignity transitioned into, like, especially when you find out, like, first year of Andy Griffith's show, Aunt B was 49. You know what I mean? Like, they'd get a short bouffant haircut. They'd start wearing a house dress around. You know, they
wrap it up.
They dressed like accordingly. Like, people acted their age. Like, when you saw, if you watch The Love Boat would have the young ingenue Barbie Bentons come in there and Landers twins and stuff like, and they'd be coming in at 24, 25, and they were all sauced up, you know. But then they'd have the other women who had been around for a while, and they were like 52, and their hair was short, and they weren't showing any cleavage. Like, that's how they did it back then.
Golden Girls is a great example. I think all those women were in their 40s, and we were like looking at them like, oh my God, dude, they're like 80 years old. They were like in their 40s, man.
Well, also, people didn't live that long or lived a shorter period of time, so I wonder if some of that. But also, the mentality is people wanted to get old because there was some dignity in it. Like, okay, let's just put it to you this way. If there are advantages to being something, then more people will identify as that.
No, 100%.
Right. So we're living an era right now where we always go, you know what it's like being black in America. Yeah, why are you identifying as black when your mom's Indian? You know, like, why? Okay, if it's so bad, why are you identifying as this thing? And then, by the way, if you're on the spectrum or you have Asperger's or autism, why
That's
are you
your identity?
Why are we all trying to become this thing? And so, being old came with perks. You got respect. People tended to listen to you. You would mind.
They were much older than I thought. I thought they were all in their 40s. Sorry.
All right. So look, here's the point. Now, I'll tell you what happened. I've been around TV for a long time, and it's always this: how you doing in the demo? But how's he doing in the demo? You know what I mean? It's like, well, this guy's got the cume. He gets 2 million views. Yeah, but in the demo.
You're like, totally right.
And I go, what's the demo? Demo is 18 to 19 and a half. You know? And I go, but why is that? And I go, listen, when I was 20, I was fucking poor. You could show all the Mercedes commercials you wanted, and I'd just sit there and look at them. I wasn't buying any of that shit. When I was 40, I had money. I could buy a Mercedes. You know what I mean? Like, vacations, credit cards, life insurance. I was up for all of it. When I was 21, I wasn't buying anything but toilet paper and canned beans. So what is this? But they decided that demo. It's that young demo. And somebody decided it. But that's what Madison Avenue wants, that young demo. So then we all went, okay, so it's good to be young because they get rewarded. And that's why all the fucking music that gets played everywhere, at every mall and every store, is for 13-year-old girls.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm picking out tombstones at this place, and I'm hearing fucking Katy Perry pumped in, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We skewed it all young, and so getting old didn't come with any advantages.
Yeah.
I mean, now, so back in the day, if you qualified for a senior's discount, like at a movie theater or a Denny's or something.
I can't wait.
That was good. Now it's like, I don't need that shit, right?
2 more years.
Right. So we put an emphasis on youth, and we started listening to all the young people. And it turns out the young people are fucking dumb.
Dude, the only thing young people are good for, 18 and over, is having sex with. Everything else is just useless, and they're not interesting at all.
I know, but every fucking politician's out there going, I talk to the kids. This is for the kids. It's the youth. I'm mamala. You know what I mean? Like, they love it. They're idiots. But it's our fault because we did it to our fucking selves. And a lot of this, like, you got to listen to your kids. How about every bitch that wins an Academy Award's got to get up there and talk about their 3-year-old, teaching them more about courage than anybody has ever taught them about courage. Like, I have kids. They didn't fucking teach me anything.
100%. And you're an
Wait a
actor.
minute. Hold on. They taught me how expensive having kids are.
I'm with you, dude.
That's what I learned.
It never ends. It's a bottomless pit. I'm with you. It's really crazy, dude. And, and that's really where LA went, Hollywood went bad. They started getting rid of all these older execs, all these older show writers, and they just started bringing in young people. They're like, young people have an understanding of this and that. And it's like, they really don't. They really don't. And so I remember one of my friends, he's about my age, in his mid-50s. And he had to go pitch a show, and he's been in the game so long. Now he's pitching a show where he's somebody's dad or even a grandpa at this point, right? And so he's sitting in there. And across him is like a 25-year-old, and he's like, "Yeah, they're having fun talking." He's like, "So when is the person I'm pitching to coming to?" And they're like, "I'm the person."
Right.
And it's just like, what does that person know about entertainment at 25? You have to go through it to get to it. You have to understand the highs and the lows, what works, what doesn't work, and they've gotten rid of all that. So everything is janky along the way.
Well, and there's something that we do which is totally flawed, which is we think you understand young people if you're young. We do the same thing with blacks. Like, someone will turn to a black guy. What's it like out there with the community? He's like, I don't fucking know. I live in Encino. You know what I mean? No, but this guy knows. He speaks. We think everyone speaks for this community and that community. They don't fucking know anything.
There's like a local sports radio show, and one guy's white, one guy's black, and the black guy's in his late 50s, maybe even early 60s. I'm not sure. But man, they have him do the latest song that dropped.
Right.
And, like, he understands like modern hip hop. And he just listen to him try to talk about these songs is the most hilarious thing I've ever, because he doesn't listen to any of this. He's from an older gen, Michael Jackson, Prince, all that stuff.
Sam Cooke. Yeah. So the other thing that was interesting, which is in the discussion of getting old and having things taken away from you. And in a weird way, it's kind of zen to kind of, die with no earthly possessions. I don't mean you don't own anything, but you're not bound, to anything. You're not sitting around going, I'm going to miss my Paul Newman race car when I'm gone. It's easier to get out without leaving. I mean, I guess I would. Let's look at it this way. When you get an emergency evacuation, like when you go, the fire's coming over the hill and you got 20 minutes to get out, the less shit you got in your house, the easier the evacuation. Mentally, too. Yeah. You're sitting at the hotel. You're not thinking about all the shit that got left behind. Like I did have to evacuate Malibu, but I didn't have a bunch of keepsakes and important stuff there. At that place. So when I left, it was kind of like, all right, well, it's going to burn a lot of my clothes and shit, and I don't want it to burn down, but it's not these priceless, one-off, keepsakey kind of things. So my dad didn't have any of that shit in his house, So when he left the earth, he wasn't living. But here's the sad part I was talking to Drew about. That goes for people, too. Like, my parents didn't have my son, I'll never see him again. They're like, see ya. They didn't have, or their grandkids or whatever. Like, normal people would be like, I'm not going to see my grandson graduate high school or college or whatever. They'll have that thought. But if you're not connected to them or anybody, then you can just shuffle off the mortal coil.
Peace out.
Peace out.
So when I moved to LA, I lived in a weekly, then I lived in an apartment, then I moved to another apartment, and this one apartment was just off Melrose, and it was a bunch of young people, and then some much older people lived there forever, and they were slowly dying off, right? And I would just remember that their kids would come in and take all their precious belongings and just throw them on the street.
Really?
And it always goes, dude, like, as you're winding down, get rid of everything, dude. Because your kids are just, unless they can hawk it for $1, they're just, I mean, books everywhere, picture frames, gone. They just didn't care. It was like, get rid of it. It's time to close this chapter. And that always resonated with me. That, you know, you really shouldn't have a lot at the end. And like some people, you know, you got to downsize as you get older too.
Did you, your parents around?
Yep, both of them. One's in New York, upstate, and then one's in Arizona.
How are they doing?
My mom's doing great. They're getting older, dude. My dad is doing the best he can, you know, and he's got a black girlfriend that hates me for no reason. But besides that, it's great. Just hates me for no reason. I bring them flat screen television. She yells at me. I go, I don't. What am I doing here?
Was your dad make any money? Does he have anything?
He gets retirement. He's like eight. He's like about to turn 80.
What kind of job did he have?
He was a teacher and he owned property.
How'd your mom do? How's she doing?
She's great. I mean, she was a teacher too, and she gets a bunch of my dad's retirement, and she's doing great. She won't leave the house. She will not leave the house. She just loves to stay home. We try to get her to come out west to see her kids. She won't do it. So,
Grandkids.
Grandkids, yeah.
Yeah. There's a weird thing where you just don't travel. You just go, I don't do it.
I'm getting there, dude. I'm getting there with this travel, doing gigs. It's like a pain in the ass. I'm over it, dude. I'm like,
you are.
Yeah,
I know,
I'm like,
me too.
Okay, I've been doing it 31 years. Might be time to wrap it up and call it a day. I mean, it's just like it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, you know, I've thankfully I am blessed to enjoy doing it, even the travel part over the last few years, even more than I did years and years ago, when I was sort of at home and had my kids at home, and I wanted to be home, and I really liked my home. And I got divorced, and the kids moved out and stuff, and I became like a little gypsy-ish, you know. And then I started looking forward to just sort of wandering like Kane in Kung Fu. Just flute, barefoot, walking through the Burbank airport.
Just walking into dojos looking for a fight.
That's right. Well, saloons, but yeah. I get you. Yeah, the funny, I don't know why. I was in Texas. I was all over Texas, right? I just got back. And last time I was in Texas, I got burned with Tex-Mex.
Oh.
I got a Tex-Mex burn. Another thing, too, is you realize I'm from California. I grew up in California. There's no better Mexican food than in California.
It's better than Mexico.
Right. And then you go to Texas and you go, let's get some real authentic Tex-Mex. And then you realize, no, Lucy's Adobe up the street is much better than this place. And so I always get disappointed. But I go there. It's about 5 years ago. And I go, we're going to get some Tex-Mex. And I always order enchiladas. I love enchiladas. And I love cheese enchiladas. I don't like beef or chicken. I don't like adding stuff on. To me, an enchilada is cheese with the sauce on it. And you can get a beef taco with it or a chicken taco, whatever you want. But I like cheese enchiladas. So we're here about 5 years ago. And I get a cheese enchilada in Texas. And it comes with Velveeta cheese in it. Like a weird American cheese.
What?
And by the way, I got to take 3 bites because it's got sauce all over it. And I take like 3 bites and I'm like, this is not, and it's American cheese. And I'm fucking disgusted. And then somebody explains that's what Tex-Mex is, right? So I'm at, now me and Mike August are out on the road and we want authentic Tex-Mex. So he finds a place in Galveston. I don't even know where we were. I don't. And he finds it and we sit down. And I go, order 2 cheese enchiladas. And the lady goes, okay. And she got an accent. She's Mexican. I go, what kind of cheese is in that enchilada? And she goes, it's grated. And I go, it's grated? Yeah. But with the type of cheese, what kind of cheese? It's grated cheese. I go, I got to film myself with every exchange I have with a human being. I realize. I go, no, the type, like what kind of cheese. I don't want to get burned with the fucking Velveeta again, is what I'm saying. Just tell me what kind. And she goes, grated. And then there's that point, no one knows what you're talking about. No. And then they're going to point to something on the menu, but it just says grated cheese on the menu. And then she goes, give me the menu. And at some point I just go, oh, fuck it. Just bring them.
Just bring it.
Fine, I'll give it a 5.5. It wasn't Velveeta. I do think the accent people fall back on it a little bit.
Yeah, when they just don't want to deal with you, be like, no English, no English.
No, they don't do that. They go little English, but good enough. Like
broken English.
One time we had a guy pick us up in a SUV from like New York. I went out there with like the whole crew. We had like 5-6 people, and we hired an SUV. And the guy picks us up at JFK, and we're driving back, and we get like through Queens. Dawson, were you there? And the guy pulls off the freeway and starts driving through this sort of dicey area through Queens. And then we stop at like a Quickie Mart, and it's a little dicey, and it's kind of weird. We're all just sitting in the SUV, and he goes, yeah, it's us. Yes, it'll be back. He just takes off.
He just disappears.
And he just disappears.
And we're all still in the car.
We're all just sitting in the car. Like, we paid the guy to take us to the hotel, We got to do a show that night, And somebody starts to dawn on us he's taking a shit at the Quickie Mart. But at some point, he comes out, and he gets in. And we're sitting there for 15 minutes just looking around at this shitty Quickie Mart, And he comes out and he hops in and goes, all right, now we go to the hotel, and I go like, well, why did we stop? Yes, we go to the hotel. And I go, yeah, I know, but no, it's good. You go, no, I know, it's not good. I didn't want to stop here. And we go now to the hotel. And you're like, I know we're going to the hotel now. We were supposed, yes, it's good. And then at some point you go, oh, fuck it. You just sit back.
That's how I felt. I went to do stand-up at a jiu-jitsu tournament in Acapulco, right? So I fly in, and I don't know if you've been to an airport in Mexico, but don't make eye contact with them. They're tiny people. They don't like when you look at them. And it was so funny because I go through, and they're like, over there. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, we're going to go through your luggage. We want to make sure you're not bringing anything in. I'm like, You're making sure an American isn't bringing anything into Mexico, that does. So I go through it. I get out, and I'm freaking out because everyone says they kidnapped down there, right? So I'm looking. I find my guy. I don't know how I picked him out of all the other guys, but we get him. And, man, we just keep driving. And I'm like, man, we're going so deep into this place. I'm seeing weird cryptids running around. I'm like, that's a chupacabra.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like,
sucker.
Goat
sucker.
He's like, can they pull over for gas? I'm like, this is where they kidnap me. This is the game. They pull over. They get gas. They kidnap me. They put me into sex trafficking. They get no money for me. I'm just a throw-in at that point.
Well, maybe you're managerial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
maybe,
you're holding a
clipboard. Parlor.
Yeah, they need somebody's punctual, seasoned, you know what I mean, responsible to run the sex trafficking.
Night shift manager.
Yeah, that's right. So it's not going to rip off supplies. Sex.
I'm with you on that. That gets really shady when they just stop in the middle of nowhere.
Yes. Yeah, so again, I think I would probably fall back on it if I could, like the language thing, like. She could have went to the fucking kitchen and went, what kind of cheese you putting in the enchiladas? But she didn't feel like walking to the kitchen. So about the third time she said grated or shredded, I just went like, yeah, okay.
I remember I was working as a valet at a hotel in L.A. on Sunset, and there was just an annoying guest. And she's like yelling at me, and I just said, no hablo inglés.
Oh, yeah, you could probably pull that off.
Yeah, she goes, you don't speak English? I go, nope.
I'll tell you the other thing I noticed in Texas. There's a dude mentality over there.
Yeah,
it's sort of boots and beard kind of.
Guys.
Boots, beards, and buckles. Big belt buckles and big beards. And I'm talking to 28-year-old dudes with boots and beards. And it's like that. They're dudes. And they like it. They like the dude. Like they embrace the dude culture over there. And here we embrace the pussy culture, like just a bunch of soft ass dudes,
dude.
Like super weak, like tons. I don't think I saw one fucking dude with a bracelet on over there. I see guys in their 50s, like 28 bracelets on, like they're collecting and trading fucking bracelets, like they're going to a Taylor Swift concert or something.
It's just so weird.
And it's just, dude, and they lean into it. Like they love it. You know, they like the vibe, the dude vibe over there. And so I was driving through this town outside of Texas, and the owner, by the way, you like this, Dawson. First place I played, no, sorry. I played 3 places. Second place I played, Gatlin Brothers coming in December 13th.
Oh,
Nice.
snaps.
And
Winner.
this place, Ted Nugent coming in
Let's go,
December
bro.
13th. I'm like, I should hang out for about 3 more weeks.
I don't think anyone knows how big Ted Nugent used to be. Like, he was huge,
His
dude.
licks are the best.
Like, who used to, you see who opened for him, you're like, damn, they opened for him?
Guns N'
man?
Roses open
Yeah,
for.
right?
I saw Nugent when he was with the supergroup Damn Yankees with Jack Blades from Night Ranger and Tommy Shaw from Styx. And their gimmick was at the end of the show, they all have to come back and drag Ted off the stage while he's still trying to play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Cove Pure, you know how hard it is to find a gift for people who keep it simple and don't want much? Well, I found Cove Pure. It's a countertop water purifier, and trust me, it is a game changer. I use mine in Malibu because now who knows what's going on with that Malibu water. One of the coolest things is you can get hot or cold water out of it, or warm water on demand. No more waiting for kettles or microwaves. Super slow in the microwave, by the way. Always weird to me. Anyway, it also has sizes and presets, so you can hit 16 ounces 4 times a day and actually know how much water you're drinking. Keep track of it. The water tastes amazing, pure, clean, no weird aftertaste. And if you're trying to cut back on your sugary drinks, this helps a lot. It looks beautiful. It doesn't take up much space. It's beautiful. And it's slick. It's not bulky. That thing fits in right on the countertop. Even for those who really care about design, this will meet your criteria. Most importantly, Cove Pure is certified to remove up to 99.9% of contaminants, PFAs, lead, even arsenic. Purest water you can get. And if you want a gift that really matters this season, Cove Pure's the one. Am I right, Dawson?
So if you're looking for a gift that's good for your loved ones and one that they'll actually use, we highly recommend Cove Pure. And because we partnered with them, they're giving you a special $250 holiday discount using our link, covepure.com/Adam. That's COVEPURE.com/Adam to get $250 off. covepure.com/Adam. Hurry before the sale ends.
This November, action is free on Pluto TV. Go on the run with Jack Reacher.
Every suspect was a train killer.
Then buckle up for Drive, World War Z,
Every human being we save is one less to fight.
and Charlie's Angels.
Damn, I hate to fly.
Launch into sci-fi adventure with The Fifth Element and laugh through the mayhem in Tropic Thunder.
What is going on here?
All the thrills, all for free. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
AC/DC open for Ted Nugent. I love Ted Nugent, but Van Halen open for Ted Nugent.
Damn,
Rush
dude.
opened for Nugent. Wow.
Damn, dude. Those
Right.
are killers.
And now he's playing the same theater I'm playing. So how the mighty have fallen
Hey,
over there.
dude, it happens. God takes a little bit off the table. A little bit off the table.
So
The fan base is dying.
Yeah.
I'm walking out there. So I'm talking to my buddy John, who owns the theater, owns the car place next to it, owns the restaurant. And it's this old Texas town. He's bringing it back. And it's all real cool. And he goes, I'm thinking about buying some land over here and setting up a shop over here. And I'm thinking about buying that place and converting it into a saloon and blah, blah, blah. And I'm from California. And I'm in the midst of Malibu, fire, permit, Palisades, you
Yeah.
know. And I go, you just got this building, you turned it into a theater, and you got this thing, you turned it into a car dealership. And I go, I mean, what's the permit process around here? And he goes, no permit process.
Oh my!
And
where is
I
this
go,
place?
you just do whatever the fuck you want. Well, you got to find out where the club was, and then I'll. It's.
I'm ready to move there.
All right, and but anyway, so then I go. I go, really? No permit process? He goes, no. I go. He goes, when I was getting ready to convert this place into a theater, like a car dealer or whatever. He goes, I went and talked to the town guys, you know, the supervisor, whatever. And I said, I'm going to take this place. I'm going to rehab it. I'm going to whatever. And he goes, the guy just said, don't fuck it up. And I thought, oh my God, what a utopia. You get to build shit. You get to do stuff. You get to create stuff.
Yeah.
And by the way,
dude.
it's so much. People don't really realize it's not only is it just more expensive, a lot of it's undoable. There's just a lot of it. They're not going to let you do that. You're not going to be able to open that theater or open that car dealership. They're not going to let you do that.
Yeah, I mean it's just crazy the world we live in. Like this sudden push for socialism everywhere, and you know it's just like crazy to me that Mandani got in New York, and when we've seen those policies in San Francisco, Portland, L.A., and it's just. You know, I do a joke about like not paying taxes, and everyone gets quiet. They're like, "We got to pay taxes." I'm like, "Why do we got to pay taxes when we print so much money?" And then you know, the fee of entry too is like what you're talking about, permits. It's just all Big Brother, just holding you down, making it impossible for you to grow, and it's just like sad, dude. It's just sad that we have Stockholm syndrome. We love our captors.
Yes, there are captors, and you're so right. The government taking your money for some reason, and there's a tweet in there somewhere I put out. First of all, people have no idea. They go, dude, I'm a better citizen than you. It's like, no, you're not. I pay tons in taxes. You don't pay anything in taxes.
Agree,
like,
dude.
you think you do more than I do? You don't pay anything. Like, they have this weird relationship with these guys got to start. I mean, my mom was a hippie. My mom, when she was 80, said to me, you know, rich people don't pay any taxes. I go, of course they pay. They pay all the taxes.
They pay
By the way,
most of the taxes.
you don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't pay. My mom never paid taxes. Walnut Springs, Texas. That's right.
Let's go.
That's where
Walnut
I was
Springs.
with Ted Nugent on the marquee, and I'm still up on the marquee. Name spelled incorrectly. Fine. C-O-R. Don't know why people don't just check that on their phone before they get up there.
Do they have the internet in Walmart?
I had it. I don't know why, but I'll tell you what.
You didn't pull a Morrissey?
Yeah, I kept driving.
Yep.
No, I will say this. We were going to eat breakfast in Walnut Springs on the way out to the track. And I said, we will get some fucking hash browns in this town. We ain't getting new potatoes or purple potatoes or breakfast potatoes or homo potatoes. We're getting fucking hash fucking browns. And Huevos Rancheros was on the menu. And I'm like, we're going to order it, and we're getting fucking Huevos Rancheros. We're not getting. Here's our sort of San Francisco take on huevos. We scramble the eggs and put them in an everything bagel, you know, like, no, we're going to get Huevos Rancheros, like 200-year-old, as God wanted it.
I am so in, dude.
Yeah.
I am so in.
Me too. Fucking got beans, hash browns, and Huevos Rancheros and salsa. Ted Nugent there, December 13th. I'm telling you, the Gatlin brothers are at the big barn, do-si-do.
How many people live in this city?
They come out, man. This place was packed.
Like, if I move there as a Californian, am I going to be shunned?
No. They like the troublemakers. They like a dude over there, and you're a dude.
I'm in, dude.
Oh, it was so good. You can just you can talk about buying acreage and building shit on it and just doing
Just
it.
build. You don't
just
have
build.
to run it by anybody.
No.
Just start building.
No, you want to know why? Because it's your fucking land.
Yeah.
It's your land.
The only permit you need is from your wife. That's it.
That's right.
She's the only permit person.
She's barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen.
And I love that women get mad. Oh, you just want us barefoot and pregnant. You're like, I think the only reason you don't like that is because you don't have shoes on. You love fancy shoes. I mean, you all get pregnant. You take a million pictures. Why are you upset with barefoot and pregnant?
There is a tweet that we had pulled aside, I think, It was about being a better citizen. Somebody was arguing with me like a week ago about being a better citizen.
I love that Mondani wants to get rid of billionaires as he's taking Soros money. It's like
It's
nobody
all for it.
stops to ask questions.
No, he's doing commercials asking people to donate money. It's so weird. They're all... Here's the deal. You want to know what it is? It's basically like it's like saying every politician does heroin. One group admits they do heroin, and the other group says how bad heroin is, but slams heroin all fucking
100%.
day. You live off heroin, but you talk about how bad it is all fucking day.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line.
It's just Gavin Newsom's angles on his face has progressive women just mesmerized. They just can't break free from that.
No.
It does not matter what comes out, whether it's the fires, the high-speed rail, homelessness. It does not matter. It's just this whole thing about like the theory of hate is 10 times worse than real-world consequences. It just, the Mondani, they looked at the numbers. Progressive women from like 18 to 29, I think it was, 80% of them voted for Mondani, and you're like. It's like I'm from a time where if you see a woman in trouble, you step in and protect her. But now you got to ask them who they voted for before you help them.
Yeah, they're all. It was like 82% or something.
Yeah,
it's like higher than 80%.
Crazy ass thing, dude.
Again,
It's called suicidal empathy. It's called where you vote against your own best interest.
yeah. Well, they don't really know it's against their best interest. I don't think, because they don't really ever see unintended consequences. They go, look, there's a community of people who are participate in drug use who need clean injection sites and no judgment zones, and they go, all right, come back in 4 months. Tell me it doesn't turn into a shit show.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. It's always here's what we're gonna do. I'll tell you what it is a little bit like in a weird metaphor. My mom had this sort of like let our front lawn, which she didn't want to maintain or, fertilize or mow, or didn't want to do anything. She had this sort of like, let nature reclaim it because nature knows, and nature knows. And in 10 minutes, it was dirt. It was just weeds and dirt. It was like 3 foot high weeds and dirt. That's the front lawn. It looked like shit. And there's this fantasy that nature will sort of kick in and everything will be sort of copacetic and it'll be buoyant or something like that. And I realized, no, if you want a nice looking fucking front lawn, you got to get on it. You got to water it. You got to fertilize it. You got to maintain it. You got to pick up the dog poop.
Yep.
You got to mow it. Like it's
time and effort.
3 days a week. You got to be out there doing it. And then if you do it right, it'll just look beautiful. But you got to work on it.
Yeah.
And when you step back and you go, just let nature sort of take its course, it turns into a shit show.
Yeah. Nature, dude, it's like I remember I went to the zoo and I took a video of a bear walking, and it was like walking around, and I posted it. It's like, it's going through that because it's in the zoo, and zoos treat animals like shit. I go, you know who treats animals worse in the zoo? Mother Nature, okay? Mother Nature is brutal. So it's like, if you just let nature go, it gets like out of control. It's like high weeds, dirt, and animal violence everywhere.
Well, it's weird. It's from the same crowd who are like, the indigenous people lived in peace and harmony with the earth.
They did it
for decades and millennial. Like they lived in harmony with the earth and with other and in peace. And they're beautiful, friendly, lovely people lived in harmony with the earth. And then the white man showed up, and it's like, all right, that's not how any of it went.
That's how it's sold to you. Like they're scalping people. They're constantly scalping people. It's crazy. You know what else is weird? If you compare the demographic of women who vote progressive policies all the time, it lines up exactly with the same demographic that they've done statistics on who they notice the most money is spent on. Mm-hmm. Meaning what demographic gets the most money spent on them? It's like women 18 to like 32. What demographic tends to vote progressive women 18 to 32. So people are constantly throwing money at them all the time to make sure they're happy and secure and all that stuff. So they're allowed to wander into like these magical places, and they could be Don Quixote and fight windmills of racism and homophobia and climate change and all these things that statistically doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh, well, especially coming up on 2026,
I mean,
it's always so crazy that they still keep talking about it over and over again. And what they like is sort of invisible, fake problems that aren't really problems. And that's why they take the word hero and warrior and champion and they throw it around so fucking loosely, because they're living in some fantasy of so there's a kind of reality, which is, all right, you're gay and you're for Palestine. Good. Now you can march on the campus of Berkeley all you fucking want, but go down to the Golan Heights and walk around there, and you go into certain regions and get your rainbow poncho on and go walk it over there. They'll never do that. They'll never, just like they'll never make fun of Islam.
What's it called? Slacker activism or something like
right. So they know it's easy and they know it's safe, and then they call everyone heroes and rock stars and superstars. Ted Nugent's a rock star. You are not a rock star. You put a fucking gay poncho on and walked up and down on a Saturday. That's all you did. So what they do is they pick this frictionless activity. Like, they know they're never going to really get an ass kicking for this. They don't go fuck around with Muslims.
Right.
They never fuck around with Muslims. All they ever do is talk about women, equality, women's rights, a seat at the table, and then they go after Christians.
Yeah.
But they never fuck with the group that fucks with women, because they'll get killed.
Yeah, the threat of violence for sure.
Right.
And then you know what else it is? I've noticed maybe there's a couple issues this doesn't apply to, but for the most part, there's no actual end zone. There's no actual goal line.
No.
Where you go, hey, we've achieved it. Yay, we did.
No, they can't.
It's like everyone calls me a conspiracy theorist. I'm like, well, you believe there's systematic racism, systematic sexism, systematic homophobia. You believe that people are conspiring against it. That's the real conspiracy.
It's true, and there is no finish line because they're a grievance culture. They're not a process, get it done, moving on culture.
Right.
So if you're a culture that wants to build something, as soon as you're done building one thing, you're looking to the next project. They are a grievance culture, and that grievance culture just wants to have a beef, and it just continues to go. And so what they'll do is they'll never go, listen, I just like to complain. What they do is they go, we got a real problem. And what is it? Gay marriage. Gays should be allowed to marry. And you go, okay, let them get married. And they go, oh, okay. And then they move on to the next thing.
Exactly.
Right. Now,
exactly.
And at a certain point, by the way, for the grievance part, they will do shit where they'll go, why don't we do drag queen story hour for the kids at the library? And then you come in and you go, okay, listen, I don't want any of those fucking weirdos reading a Cat in a Hat to my 3-year-old. And then they go, oh, now we got a problem. They literally are the people who come up and kick you in the shin, and when you shove them, they go, whoa, we got a problem now. It's like, we didn't have a problem because we just wanted to walk. But you came up and you kicked us in the shin because you're a grievance culture, and you don't even know it, right? So everything to you is some callback to slavery, or there was a time, and, all this kind of shit. But they're grievance people, and they don't really know it. And they get what they want all along the way.
They never stop.
They get the equality, and they just move on to the next thing. And then eventually, it's like radon gas. They invent something that's invisible. Well, they go, systemic racism. And you go, what rule? What's on the books? Show me a law that's racist. And they go, no, it's built in.
Yeah.
And then there's a certain point where you go, I've never done anything racist in my life. And they go, yeah, but you're thinking it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, well, then maybe I'm an arsonist, but I've never burnt anything down. So what the fuck do you care? It's like, yeah, but you're thinking about those matches, bro. So when they're getting to invisible shit and accusing you of stuff that doesn't exist, that just means they're fucking grievance people.
Yeah, and it's also it's right on 1984. It's like they want you not to believe your eyes, your ears, or the wisdom of your experience, right? And our experience would say no dongs in the woman's bathroom,
right?
No guys dressed like street hookers reading to children, because kids in kindergarten through fourth, we're dealing with ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and trans are advanced algebra. If your parents and your grandparents can't solve this enigma, why are we introducing it to children? But they don't want anything. It's just about destroying. It's about destroying all of our institutions.
Yes.
They're viruses, and they want to destroy the institution because they hate their parents so much.
Yes.
They want to destroy everything. They've been so brainwashed over forever. It's just absolutely crazy, and they're super destructive, and they'll burn everything to the ground. And there's no real end zone. They just want to burn everything to the ground. It's like a great example is BLM, right? So BLM was like, there's systematic racism. We got to burn the system down. Those same progressives who supported BLM were appalled that, and even though it was a complete intelligence psyop, the January 6 people would walk into the institutions that have created the systematic racism.
Right.
Like you can't have both of them. You can't be like, we have a system that's totally racist, but the place that created it, leave it alone, respect the government. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, well, what about their claim all the January 6th cops being traumatized for the 10-minute skirmish that took place and the mostly peaceful protests? But all these fucking cops on the street with BLM and George Floyd and now ICE raids and stuff, and they're fighting cops and throwing rocks at them and calling them every name in the book and spitting on them. How come there's no trauma?
There's no
How come
trauma.
there's no trauma to those cops? So it was an afternoon of pushing and shoving at the Capitol versus months and years of going to the street, getting called the worst names ever, and spit on, and you have no thoughts about the psychological workings of that cop who has to just go out. He's just following rules. He's just going out there enforcing the law. You guys are throwing rocks at the van. You're pushing back at them. You're screaming in their face. And that goes on week after week and month after month and year after year, especially with all the BLM stuff. And you're calling the worst racist names ever. But the afternoon at the Capitol, that's the ones you're worried about, their psyche.
Yeah, they're trying to destroy democracy. It's just like, dude, I watch all these body cam footage, and I'm not saying cops are 100% right all the time, but sometimes just take the ticket. Live the fight another day. Get out of there with a traffic violation. Don't leave there with a felony. I have so much copophobia, dude. I thanked cops for giving me a $350 ticket. I was like, oh, thank you so much. That's how afraid I am of cops. Hey, just take the ticket.
Well, I always say, don't look at them as cops. Look at them as guys with guns.
Yeah.
100%. And if a guy with a gun says anything to you, like if you're just walking outside of a liquor store and a guy with a gun goes, "What's in the bag?" You go, "Oh, you got a gun. Okay, here's what's in the bag."
Yeah. Here, go search me. I don't care. It's very interesting that the progressive left, on one hand, wants to get rid of the police, but they totally love the thought police.
They're big
right?
fans.
Isn't that crazy? Like they want just chaos on the streets, but on the internet, they want complete law enforcement just crackdown.
It's so, first off, you can't really logically unpack what they're saying because they're like, I'm for free speech, but not all speech, not hate speech. Okay. You were against all the speech that turned out to be correct during COVID. Can we just admit that's what you guys were against? Everything that turned out to be accurate 100%. And correct, you guys were against. So can you just take a decade off being the arbiters of what is truth or deep fakes or whatever you did with Joe Biden and all the cheap fakes and all the fucking lying? Can we just say that your reputation is 100% destroyed in terms of the person that, this is basically Jeffrey Epstein going, I want to open a daycare center.
Yeah.
And then you go, no, you can't. Why? And he's indignant. This is insane. Why not? I should be able to open a preschool. No, just take a decade off.
Yeah.
You've destroyed your reputation.
Right.
You're wrong about everything. Half the stuff you're wrong about, the other half you lied about. It was stupid or liar on all accounts. And now you got the fucking balls to come up and start talking about what's accurate on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, what did they get right? I mean, what have they gotten right? Like, my girlfriend, I love her so much. She still watches MSNBC. And I tell her, listen, man, I love you to pieces. I have a giant Jumbotron television in the other bedroom. Watch that garbage in there, okay? Because I can't listen to Rachel Maddow anymore, whose batting average is like less than 100. Name me one thing that Rachel Maddow got wrong. What got right? Name me one thing.
They went right from Russian collusion.
Wrong. They got that
right
wrong.
To COVID.
Got that
and
wrong.
right from COVID to January 6th.
Got that
The
wrong.
three biggest stories, all fucking wrong.
Oh, wrong.
All right, Sam, let me give you a plug because we're going to break and do some news. Now, SamTripoli.com, Word War Debate, UFC, the UFC of debating, by the way. You
very
can check
excited,
that out.
man.
Live shows. Sam's very funny stand-up. He's going to be in
Thank you,
Minneapolis and Morris Plains, New Jersey. And what you can do is you can go to find his dates at samtripoli.com. Tinfoil hat as well. All right, ELISHA KRAUSS come in. We'll do news right after this. Homes.com. Well, some might say Homes.com is the best home shopping site. And maybe Homes.com's super comprehensive and transparent agent directory. Or maybe it's that Homes.com is the only site that always directly connects you with the listing agent who knows the home the best. Perhaps it's because Homes.com has the most in-depth neighborhood content of any home shopping site that's extensively researched to highlight the personality of each neighborhood. I love Homes.com. If you love homes, and it's a hobby, but you like to look around, see what everything's going for out there, Homes.com goes above and beyond to bring home shoppers the in-depth info they need to find the right home. Homes.com, we've done your homework. Morgan & Morgan, there's a reason Tom Brady's got 7 rings and you don't. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Over $20 billion recovered for more than 500,000 clients. That's not a slogan. That's results. In one Florida case, the insurance offered $350,000. Client walked away with $12 million. They've been doing this for 35 years, fighting for the people. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, for the people, not the powerful. It's Morgan & Morgan. Am I right, Dawson?
If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/Adam or dial #law, #529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/Adam or #law, #529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement. It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Adam, gone are the days of honor student bumper stickers. I saw one the other day that said, proud parent of a Woodbrook student who cares. Get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
You know, it's so funny. ELISHA KRAUSS in studio. I'd plug her thing, but I don't have her bio on
That's
here.
okay. You know, I don't do much.
It's come up
It's like
a
this
couple
show,
times,
campus speeches.
I was at a Starbucks in Texas, and the big sign is how they practice kindness. And I just thought, first off, what are we spackling over for in our society? Like kind, and also, I don't need that relationship with the guy behind the counter at Starbucks. I just need my coffee, and then I give you the money, and then I leave, and then you can be kind at home to your kids or your puppy.
It's important to be kind to people, but like, you know,
whoa.
like most veterans that served in World War II would look cooler on a sign.
Stop. You can stop talking the third time I say stop talking. You don't have to be kind to people. You have to treat people with a decorum. You know what I mean? Like
respect.
Somebody extends their hand, you shake the hand. You know, when you walk up to somebody, you don't walk, even if you're in a little bit of a tizzy, you have to say to them, you know, excuse me, where's security at this? You can't run up and go, hey, bitch, where's security? I'm fucking late. You know, but you don't have to keep, it's not something you need to remind yourself to do. It's just life.
It should be innate.
You say yes, you say thank you, you say please, you ask a question, you say thanks for that, a little back and forth. It's just it's part of society and being a human. And
it shouldn't override common sense. Like, we shouldn't be like, we gotta be so kind, we gotta go bend over backwards for this thing that makes no sense.
So here's the thing. I would much rather have a neighbor who was fair and had a lot of character and was a balanced person than a kind person, because kind people, it's a facade.
Yes.
I want character.
I'd say nice is a facade. When people are like, oh, they're nice. I think kindness is like innate.
Well, kindness is a little more in your bone marrow than nice, and I agree. But we're taking kind and we're beating the shit out of it now because we're putting it. We don't need it at a coffee place, is what I'm saying.
I think actually it's like circling back to what you guys were kind of talking about before the break was like, it's what the left uses as a banging over your head word.
Yes.
That if you therefore are like, hey, I don't want a transgender person reading to my kid's kindergarten class, they're like, you're so unkind.
Yes, their version of kind is taking most of your money from you and giving it to people who are going to squander it.
100%.
Right, and I'm like, I don't feel like that's kind to anybody, but forget about much less me.
Brutal to me, dude.
All right, we got Trump.
Well, you know, it's also real
here.
quick. It's just like I'm teaching my kids to read. It's driving me nuts. I can barely read myself, and now I'm trying to teach them to read. Why does another man dressed like a truck stop hooker want to read to other people's kids? That sounds absolutely painful to me.
No, he doesn't. Listen, he's doing it to piss you off, not for any other reason. There's no.
Exactly.
I've said this a million times. Who the fuck wants to go to a public library on a Saturday and read to 5-year-olds? Like, that sounds like the worst Saturday. I want to watch college football and get drunk.
Yeah.
So I don't want to fucking put on a tutu and go to the library. And he's only doing it because, well, they're all pissed at their dad.
Yeah, 100%.
They hate their dad, and they're also, a lot of them got molested.
Probably by their uncle.
So they're all scrambled. All right, what do you got, Elisha Krauss?
We do have video here. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying that she might return to politics at some point, but right now she's stepping back. She did an 11-minute Facebook Live video talking about all of her issues with the GOP and Donald Trump. You've seen the meme, though, about how people are saying that Trump in this video is kind of dressing like Zoran Mamdani after hanging out with him for 30 minutes. It's hilarious. And so Trump, after saying on Truth Social that she was a traitor, then also thanked her for her service. He sounds like a crazy ex. Like, she was the worst, but man, I miss her. So let's watch Donald talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene here.
Before you had a fight with Elon Musk and you guys were able to work it out.
No, I get along with everybody.
We see the same thing happening between you and some.
Sure, why not? I mean, I get along with everybody.
He's such a.
Can we do this? Can they work out Marine One, the helicopter? Like,
So it's
how
not in the background?
much warming up do those jet engines need? Like, can't we fire those things after the press? It's always that crazy jet sound in the background, and I'm like, I'm not a mechanic, but I do know stuff about stuff. Like, those things need 5 minutes of warm-up time. You could fire them after the news guys put the boom mic down and headed back in.
And then the president's walking up.
You start walking up, now fire it up. And if he's got to sit there and drink a Yoo-Hoo for 5 minutes, then so be it. But we won't have this crazy jet sound behind
Do you think it's a security
everything.
reason? It must be like a security reason, or sometimes, like I think that part of the reason why the press gathers there is because it's not a planned presser, like when he goes into the.
It's also a nice picture to get on that.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that lots of times, like Biden, for example, would always walk by and like wave at him and be like, "I don't got time."
Which of the 8 Bidens are you talking about?
The third plastic surgery
Nephilim Biden, Black Biden, Young Legs Biden.
I think Biden used it as an excuse not to
just walk out.
Yeah, he didn't want to.
But I think most presidents, it's not always a scheduled part of their day. So if they pop in, it's like a bonus.
It might be a security thing,
I don't know.
but I would still say shut the turbines down. Let me
The
finish
audio
my
file in you.
conversation and then fire it up when I get there. I mean, you get onto a Southwest flight, the engines aren't running when you're getting onto the flight.
Sometimes I wish they were when you get out of there.
Yeah, they fire it up when you're on the plane.
I saw somebody on Twitter trying to go at MTG. They were like, I just want to say that she hit her retirement 2 weeks ago, just so you know. I'm like, and who doesn't just get to the retirement and then call it a day? Like, who's like, oh, I could retire now, but let me do 5 more years.
Retiring.
Well,
I don't think she's retiring.
The
I think
assumption was that she hit
she hit it and now she's peace.
Yeah, and who wouldn't do that?
No, I think that she saw the writing on the wall that she's going to have a probably pretty tough GOP primary. She already had a tough GOP primary before that she probably wouldn't have won if it hadn't have been for Trump's endorsement. I think that she has her sights set on another office, or I don't know, rumor has it, some people were speculating, could she be the new conservative on The View? Which
Or
of course they would go
OnlyFans.
with the most crazy one. They'd go with like the most crazy Republican lady to be on The View.
Well, they should get some balance on The View, right? Like, I don't get what's enticing about watching a team scrimmage its own team all day?
agree.
Why not scrimmage another team?
I don't disagree. I'm just like, does it have to be Marjorie Taylor Greene?
No,
Could it be Marjorie
yeah.
Taylor Greene and then like a Nikki Haley? Like
Yeah.
a little bit of both sides?
No
of-
Nikki Haley ever anywhere. So real quick, here's the thing. It's like crazy to me that this show is how old? 40 years old, and there
Is it
hasn't
really?
been one straight guy on the show. Like ESPN cannot shoehorn enough women into every single show. Like I watch the NBA draft, it's like 3 chicks and the bisexual talking about the draft. Like we can't get one guy on The View, just one dude who likes to bang chicks and
There's a lot
drive
of guests
motorbikes.
on that do that.
Yeah, but why?
just
Like
constantly
it's so
rotating.
No,
crazy
but
to me.
Here's the way the law works with
Yeah.
chicks.
Yeah.
It's the same way with a women's only gym. Women's only gym is noble, but if you do a men's only gym, then you're misogynist douche, right?
So crazy to
the
me.
women, The View, like you go, why isn't there a guy's voice on the? And they go, because it's The View. It's about
It's the
women.
women's
But
view.
if you do halftime talk in the NFL, you got to get a woman in
Yeah.
there. And if you say to them, well, we're just doing dudes. They go, no, you got to have a woman's perspective in there. But by the way,
Outnumbered has a dude.
why do you
It's
need?
like the 4 chicks and then the dude.
Why do you need
Yeah,
a
the
woman?
conservative sports talk has a dude. Okay.
I don't know that you need a woman's perspective as thinking about the NFL though, because
No,
it's the
but
NFL.
it's getting
you know?
crazy because
I agree with you. Well, when I did the man show, they said, "Where's the woman's voice?" And we said, we
It's
don't
called
have
the
a
man
woman's
Yeah,
voice.
yeah, she's on the
They're
trampoline.
like,
That's her voice.
that's how
Yelling,
she-
wee. It's crazy because now in sports they have like the booth that calls the live games.
Yeah.
And now they've shoehorned women into that. And what they've actually done is taken the job of the former player. So now the former players aren't there. They have women in there.
Oh, boo hoo. Former successful NFL player.
Yeah, but that's
So here's the thing, though. This is looking at data and having
I
worked
just
in
want to
media
say
for
this to
20
you
years.
real quick.
Yeah.
I've never been to Buffalo Wild Wings and saw 2 women arguing who is a better running back, Emmitt Smith or Barry Sanders. Ever in my life.
I
I've
have
never
2
seen them.
girlfriends who could do that. Sam Ponder and Heather Cooney.
Yeah, and you're just pulling
But
them
they've
out
never
in two-
been in the
But-
same Buffalo Wild Wings.
Maybe
at the
not.
same
The
time.
different parts of the country. I think that statistically, ESPN is going, what do middle-aged dudes who watch sports like to see? Other than sports, hot chicks. So maybe
Nope.
let's take a hot chick and put her in here.
And guess who else doesn't like it? Women. I can't tell you how many chicks are like, why is this chick talking sports? It's just this whole thing.
If she's not qualified, like if it's a gender hire, that actually pisses me off. But if she's not qualified to be in that position,
No, you
but if
have
it's a
women
qualified
talking.
person,
Listen, I never played pro sports. I love pro sports. If the Dodgers said, "Hey Sam, do you want to sit in our booth and call these games?" I'd be like, "I'm not qualified to do that. I don't know anything. I love basketball. I couldn't call a game." They're shoehorning these chicks in, and they're just doing Google stats. And it's like, I want to hear the guy that played the game. Like, what are the players feeling right now?
I agree. I mean, you want to know what your perspective is from 13 years in the league or whatever it is. All right, I agree with Sam. Go ahead.
Yay!
What's the next one? O'Reilly Auto Parts. Yeah, love me some O'Reilly Auto Parts. You do too if you like working on cars. I like working on cars. I'm just out driving a race car. Got to have those O'Reilly Auto Parts, man. You don't want to be the guy by the side of the road looking like a dope, do you? Friendly, helpful service. People who actually know their stuff, not just some kid who'd rather be on his phone. Always have used O'Reilly. All throughout the lean years I use them. Now I use them on the good years, the salad days, on the race cars. Thousands of parts and accessories stocked in-store and online, so you don't have to panic when the check engine light appears. You need some wiper blades, you swap them out, brake lights out. These guys are pros. And if you're not a DIYer, they will point you in the right direction. So whether you're a gearhead or you don't know a lug nut from a donut, they'll walk you through it. No attitude, just real help. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today. Or you can visit us online at O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam.
This November, action is free on Pluto TV. Go on the run with Jack Reacher.
Every suspect was a train killer.
Then buckle up for Drive, World War Z,
Every human being we save is one less to fight.
and Charlie's Angels.
Damn, I hate to fly.
Launch into sci-fi adventure with The Fifth Element and laugh through the mayhem in Tropic Thunder.
What is going on here?
All the thrills, all for free. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
Next story. So I'm pretty biased about this story. Apparently, the Trump administration is telling people to dress with respect at airports. So I just kind of love it that the Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, who's a dad of like 6, tells people, "Are you keeping control of your children?" So there's this social media video. Do we have video of it? Let's play this. This is hilarious.
Again, I call this just maybe dressing with some respect. Whether it's a pair of jeans and a decent shirt, I would encourage people to maybe dress a little better, which encourages us to maybe behave a little better. Let's try not to wear slippers and pajamas as we come to the airport. I think that's positive. Again,
he says that manners don't need to stop at the gate. Like, let's bring the civility and manners back when you travel. Let's not have bare feet on seats and brawling at baggage drop. In this video, Duffy suggested that travelers ask themselves 5 questions before they travel for the Thanksgiving holidays. 1, are you helping a pregnant woman placing her bags in the overhead bin?
I do that.
Good for you. 2, are you dressing with respect? 3, are you keeping control of your children? 4, are you saying thank you to your flight attendants? And 5, are you saying please and thank you in general?
I have some issues with that. By the way, I go to airports. I don't see kids anywhere. This is not a good sign. I very rarely see kids at the airport.
I see more dogs than kids.
Yeah,
True.
It's not a
Especially
good
at
sign.
LAX.
It's not a good sign.
Okay, so he's right in that, when kids wear school uniforms at schools, there's less fighting and less behavior aggressive behavior and stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of like pumping in classical music versus rap music. Like, people tend to act as if. And so dressing nicer would lead to less sort of altercations and conflicts and things like that. There's also I noticed it at LAX after COVID, because COVID, everyone got used to doing business in their pajamas. They just said, stay home.
Yep.
So they're just doing meetings and going all Jeffrey Tubin on everyone's ass and having meetings at home, and they're doing their pajamas. And then at some point they opened back up, and people never got out of their pajamas. They just went to LAX. And I have said a million times, it's true, LAX looks like a hotel where somebody pulled the fire alarm at 4 a.m. and everyone wandered down to the lobby and they're like wearing slippers with a boner, sweatpants.
You have that, or you have the other extreme, which is like all the TikTok influencers with their like full on-air lashes and extension and highlighter.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
all-
It drives
like
me
both
nuts.
extremes.
I don't want to fly in a suit. That was crazy to me. A nice
But
sweatsuit's nice.
slippers.
Can I just say one thing, though?
Why can't airport have a dress code? A restaurant has a fucking dress code.
Yeah,
true.
why not? I'm totally for that. Also, can we don't really need the seatbelt explanation. I
we
think
know.
we all know that. Can you explain to people, and I'm going to lose some people on this, particularly ethnic people, how to get off a plane, meaning wait your aisle?
Yes.
Oh
Do
my
not
God.
jump. I mean, dude, I cannot. I get up
just
instantly
had one
and I
of these
block
people.
everybody. I just
By the
stand
way,
up.
I'm just staring. They're assholes in my face. If
Yeah.
you're sitting on the aisle and they're just standing there
Yeah.
and the aisle's 14 inches wide,
Yeah.
you just this guy's ass crack is 3.5 inches from my nose for 20 minutes while he stands there because he made his way
Do you
from the
guys
back
love
of
the
the
people
plane.
that are always they feel the need to call somebody and be like, yeah, I just landed. Yeah, I'm here for this thing.
I don't text it, but also this is a two-part problem because they dumped their luggage off at the front of the plane when they were leaving, and then they went to the back, and now they're getting off the plane, but their luggage is in the front, and they think that's their territory now.
run.
So they're going to make their way to their luggage. It has to be enforced.
I get up and I instantly block the back. I'm like, wait your turn. And you're talking about butts in your face. Hand to God, I was flying to Austin and there was a gay Latino and he had a BBL. Have you ever seen a man with a BBL
What's
before?
a BBL?
That's
Brazilian butt lift.
the fake.
A Brazilian butt lift on a dude?
It was like a It was like a Latino guy up top and a Minotaur on the
I
bottom.
love
dude.
that. I knew that.
And he
You
would
did it.
always talk to the row next to me, so his fart bazooka was constantly pointing at my face.
Wow. Like having a gun held to your head.
Yeah, I'm like, take my. I have kids. Just take
Take my wallet. Yeah, I can make more money.
So you guys probably traditionally travel like this, like hoodies, comfortable
Yeah,
clothes.
I'm
like
You
not-
have okay. So here's the deal. Coach, it depends where you're flying, but it's so fucking tight and uncomfortable now. And I'm 6'2", and they
Yeah.
keep shrinking everything.
Yep.
They're shrinking
And so
it, dude.
wearing your peg leg jeans, your skinny jeans, and a denim shirt or something that is not comfortable to fly in. So tennis shoes. Sweatpants, but not like 70s
Yeah,
sweatpants.
yeah, not
Got to have pockets with a
Athleisure.
zipper.
Some Adidas.
Yeah, something's
Yeah.
a little thing, and a hoodie, sweat jacket, whatever, ball cap. Just something that's going to be comfortable to spend a
Yes.
lot of time in. And also pockets, like baggy pockets, like throw your earbuds and stuff like that.
I
No
totally
problem. It's
agree.
when you start showing up in slippers and pajamas.
It's okay. So my dad
oh,
was
and tank tops.
Oh, the
and
crop top.
like one piece yoga. I mean, some of these girls. Listen, I love looking at it, but I'm like, you're on a plane. Why do you look like you're going to the nightclub right now?
Right, Yep. right.
You're rocking camel toe. Again, not complaining, but it's like, is this needs to be on Spirit Airlines when the kids are right,
Right, I
here?
agree,
And
I
I can
agree.
hear your camel toe barking. Let's please.
I agree.
So my dad was an American Airlines pilot, and when we flew standby, we literally had rules that you had to dress up. And like some airlines used to have rules that you couldn't be standby or non-rev and wear leggings. Like there was that whole United
Oh,
fiasco
right,
where the
right.
girl was like, the captain was so mean to me, he wouldn't let me fly first class. And he was like, yeah, because you're in leggings and a hoodie. I don't know. I think we should go back to every airline should have like a level of dress code.
Yeah.
And I
I
think
agree.
closed-toed shoes just make sense for
Well,
safety reasons.
Listen, I'm with you. And what I say all the time is the airport and airlines are just one big rule. It's just rules, everything. Take your belt off, take your shoes off, take your ball cap off, you know. Like I remember I had my earbuds, they were just in my pocket. I walked through there. It's like I got earbuds. Go back and put them through, you know, I had to go put them in a case, you know, and have them like it's just rules. You got locked out of flight. You should have checked your bag. You have a 50 minutes for the flight. You're 52 minutes. You didn't check your bag. You can't bring your bag on. There's templates to put the bag in. You find me more rules per square foot
Than an airport.
Than an
Yeah,
airport.
that's a
Okay.
good point.
So it's all nonstop rules about you have to have your tray. I'm traveling with Mike August. You know, they get that little on top of the tray table. It's the little flaps you can put your phone
Yeah.
on it. It's a little 4-inch
And
flap.
like holds it for you.
Yeah, holds it. So we had the ball game on. We're landing. The chick comes, flap up. It's like a little 4-inch piece of plastic, up in it. Rules, man. Nothing but rules. And you start getting into them with the rules, and the sheriff will be waiting for you
You'll
on
end
that
up on
separate.
a no-fly list.
Where else in the world are there more rules than this place? And my argument is as long as we got all the rules, why not just tack on a couple more rules?
Yeah, dress nice.
And by the way, it'll be up to you and the airline to, the airline, Southwest goes, we don't charge for one bag. Some are like, we don't charge for two bags. Some are like
Southwest
50.
charges for bags now.
Well, okay. What I'm saying is different places have different.
R.I.P.
Different. There are different criteria for
Yep.
different bags in different places. And that's all it is. You can use the lounge if you have a first class ticket and whatever, but you can't use it if you're only going to Phoenix because that's not far enough. Like rules. And you have to avail yourself of those rules. Like you can't just bring your hunting knife to the airport or your Glock,
Yeah.
So in a world of nothing but rules, why are we completely lawless with the dress code?
I agree 100%.
I totally agree on that. 100%.
Maybe just no midriff, no butt crack.
I
Closed-toed
think it's
shoes.
like
We should start
Senator
there.
whoever in the 70s as it pertained to pornography. I'll know it when I see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you can't do.
I think
You know what I mean?
That might have been Justice Alito's.
Was it Justice
It might have
Alito?
been Justice Alito. Yeah.
Here's a rule. If you wouldn't wear it to meet the parents of your new girlfriend or boyfriend, then don't wear it here.
Yeah.
Like you might wear.
If you wouldn't wear it reading to kindergarten. Oh.
Yeah. That was
that
wrong.
doesn't work anymore.
All right. What else we got?
All right, this one's kind of creepy and weird. Amanda Bynes has now addressed rumors that Nickelodeon producer Dan Schneider got her pregnant at 13.
Well, okay, I got something on that.
Something happened, right?
I mean, poor girl, a lot of stuff happened. I'm today years old when I realized that she and I are the same age. She's only 39. Of course, she has been through a lot. And in the first clip that now is from TikTok and a recent Instagram story she posted with her boyfriend, she said that this is all about getting clickbait, lies for clickbait. Here we go.
Hi, welcome to my jacuzzi. Today my special guest is the executive producer of The Amanda Show, Dan Schneider.
Hi. Nothing's creepier than a guy in a jacuzzi with
Wearing
two
Roy
shirts on.
Orbison sunglasses.
You actually wrote the words we're saying to each other right now. Right now?
Yes.
So this is him in a shirt and undershirt and sunglasses sharing a jacuzzi with a 13-year-old.
So she's saying that people took a video of her posting with her boyfriend at an airport, and then this clip of her with Dan Schneider fully dressed in a hot tub, and saying that somebody took the two unrelated clips and manufactured them. And
She's saying it's not real.
It's not real.
I will say this, that Dan Schneider dresses nicer for a hot tub than a lot of black chicks do at Burbank Airport.
Yeah.
And
So
I
the
just-
rule should be dressed like a pedophile hitting on 13
in a hot tub.
In a hot tub.
In
Well,
a
you
hot
know,
tub.
the Britney Spears, Jamie Lynn Spears, that's supposedly the rumor that the dad is Schneider.
Oh, God.
I mean, dude, it's super. I mean,
It's
he's
really
a foot
dark.
fetish, and that's the logo. Oh, come on.
Well, then you have the Drake Bell stuff. The documentary. Did you guys watch that documentary? It was really disturbing. It was called Quiet on Set. And apparently he parted ways, of course, with Nickelodeon in March of 2018. And he has sued the producers of Quiet on Set for defamation. But, I mean, come on, dude.
Good luck with that, dude. They made up fake shows to have auditions for pilots that were never going to happen.
Yeah, or the stuff that even the writers were
I
talking
think
about.
I've been on a few of those auditions in my career.
yeah.
Nothing ever came out the other end, and I nailed
blew my
that
career
shit.
at MTV when I was meeting with a guy at Pitch Shows. He goes, "So you're gay, right?" I go, "Nope." I'm like, "Well, there goes that opportunity. I should have sold my ass. I could have been Rob Derdick or whatever his name is."
Bynes hasn't acted now in 15 years. Of course, a couple years after that, she was charged with a DUI before getting in a series of other debacles with the law. She had a conservatorship much like Britney, but I guess that ended in 2023. In recent months, she's updated her fans on her Ozempic weight loss journey, and she also revealed in April of this year that she's starting an OnlyFans account to help pay the bills.
Of course. It's just checking off all the boxes. Ozempic, OnlyFans.
Can we just, like, maybe ban child actors?
Can we
That might be a
also
little extreme.
apologize to Britney Spears' dad? Be like, okay, maybe you should have
Maybe
been.
had a point there.
Yeah, maybe
Executorship. Yeah. Everyone's going on a weight loss journey. You should just be called
all the body positive people.
Yeah, but it's a journey. Everyone had to, and then we have to accompany you on your not so fat journey anymore.
I love that this is a journey. I'm on a journey.
Yeah,
See
I
me
got
in 2
Ozempic.
weeks.
I'll see you in a couple weeks. I lost 8 pounds. That's your journey. There's too many journeys to accompany everyone on their journey.
You can
know what I
always
mean?
tell in the face too.
Yeah.
Like I'm the Bible Belt girl that's really excited that CeCe Winans is going to be singing at the halftime show, like Thanksgiving show for the Lions. Of course, she's a Detroit gal, but she's a gospel singer, in case you didn't know. And my husband and I were like, oh my God, she's on Ozempic. Like literally everybody is on Ozempic. One of the Williams sisters, Meghan Trainor, Amanda Bynes, CeCe Winans, everybody. Nobody like loses weight the old-fashioned way
Because that takes effort and hard work.
Oh my God, it takes me like a year and a half after every kid to lose 50 pounds.
In this like add water and percolate kind of culture we live in, which is like instant gratification.
Yeah.
Why would you want to put in the time?
Did Amanda Bynes? So, what happened with her? Was she molested by this guy or not? Did we figure it out?
I don't know.
Are we on DraftKings? Am I putting bets down?
My money would be on, at the very least, she was sexually harassed.
Yeah, at some point.
I don't know if she was physically assaulted.
Listen, this is my whole thing, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got into comedy to get chicks. I mean, I wanted to be funny. It's the only thing I
But
can
not
do.
minors.
No, not. But this is my point. I don't trust any dude who does kids
job.
entertainment. Like I have a kids comic book I'm doing called the KRAUSS Twins. But because I have daughters, I wanted to put out something that has them in it. But if you're like a dude who doesn't have kids and you're like, I'm going to do children's entertainment, I'm like, that's creepy to me.
Well, you shouldn't. It just means you're not talented to me. Maybe you're creepy, but it also means you can't
Like,
do
so
things
they
for
can't
adults.
cut it in adult entertainment, so they go to entertain kids?
Let me lay this out for you guys. When you have like an uncle who's 51, but he's impaired mentally, people go, they'll go, Neil is probably operating like a 9-year-old like mentality, like he's a 9-year-old, maybe an 8 or 9-year-old mentality. Okay, so that means all 8 and 9-year-olds are retarded.
Yeah. Which
Well, they're
there's an
like
argument
retarded
for.
adults.
They do. Their prefrontal cortex
They're
isn't fully
retarded
formed.
adults.
Like-
All right, so I do comedy for retarded adults.
They like
well,
fart
when you
jokes.
say you do books for kids, I just hear I do entertainment for retarded adults.
Yes.
And that's what it is. So if you make movies, you write books. By the way, we all have to worship at the altar of Dr. Seuss. A cat in a hat. It was green eggs and ham. Sam, I am. I'll have no eggs on a train. I'll have them on a plane. I'll have them in a box. I'll have them with the fox. Yeah, I could shit that out fucking drunk at 4 a.m. on my worst day. So don't give me this hero shit.
He was also a socialist. So.
Not creative and fuck right off.
Yeah, I mean, kids, kid book authors are the worst rappers of all time. Have you ever read their lyrics?
Yes.
They are the worst rappers.
And by the way, each page has 9 words on it.
Yeah.
Sally hopped
It's really
on
more
pop.
on the illustrator.
Yes, the illustrator. If you say I wrote and illustrated my book, I'll go fine. If you go, I wrote a children's book and I had some other guy, I'll go, you don't know fucking shit then.
Go
You know what I
read
mean?
books from kids' books from like the 80s. It is 2 different levels of teaching.
Oh, so different. Even they had to like dumb down the American Girl doll books, like what my generation grew up with, to today because of kids' inability to read. I mean, and of course you have like UCSD that is now teaching elementary school level math courses because kids, freshmen in college, are showing up and don't know. Like there was a graph and it was like 2 + 3 equals, and then it was 0 plus whatever number. They couldn't figure out the problem.
We
It was
took
insane.
away hitting kids, and now they do whatever they want.
That's right.
I can't spank my kids; they're too cute.
Oh man, I used
And
to
they
hop
just-
in that
they
hot
run
tub
shop.
and beat the shit out of
It's
those
like
kids.
working with domestic terrorists. That's who your kids are, domestic terrorists, and they're burned. They're having BLM riots in the kitchen, and they just run the show. I mean, my mom gives me advice. I'm like, Mom, even though you didn't, you could have hit us. you could have beat the shit out of us, and everyone's like, that's a good parent.
Yep.
Can't do that anymore, and these kids know it.
She would take away your TV time.
My daughter she's 5. She's like, you son of a bitch. And I laughed so hard. It was the cutest thing ever, but I'm like, I have to do something here, or else she's going to say that to her teacher who has a nose ring. Yeah.
All right, let me give some plugs. My new Home Depot run is on YouTube.
Nice.
Or my vlog, so if people want to see me cruise
You're
through
helping
a
teach
home.
kids people's skills.
I am. These are real-world building skills I'm learning, and I'm walking through Home Depot. World War Debate is Sam's new show. Where do we find that, Sam?
You can go to samtripoli.com events or the World War Debate. It's basically because debates are all on these different podcasts. No, you don't know the one place, so we're creating the UFC, the NFL of debates.
Nice.
So
Smart.
it's like one place, and it's going to be January 10th at Caesar's Palace in Atlantic City, and it's going to be the gold standard debates every month, every other month. Everyone, the biggest names on the internet, any of their beefs are going to come and they're going to debate. And it's going to be just like an NFL game with all the statistics and all that stuff. So we're centralizing into the gold standard of debates. And everyone, the people we're getting are huge, and we're about to announce the card. So we're very excited about it. Adam, we'd love to have you debate. If there's anyone you want to debate.
I would, man.
I'll do.
Adam and Sonny Hostin?
Let's go.
Sonny Hostin, maybe? Will be...
My emphasis would be on why passion fruit iced tea sucks.
Let's go.
And let's do away with the red left turn era. All right, Alicia KRAUSS. You can find her weekly op-ed on the Washington Examiner. Until next time, it's Adam for Sam and Alicia KRAUSS saying mahalo.
Pick up your phone and leave us a voicemail at 888-634-1744. And be sure to get tickets to see Adam Carolla at adamcarolla.com.